Welcome to Lagos State E-Learning Program. My name is Fashan Oluwatobi Raphael from Bagada Senior Grammar School, Bagada, Lagos. I'm an economics teacher, and the topic before me is production. At the end of the class, we should be able to take this objective. We should be able to define production, state types of goods, mention types of production, explain factors of production. Now, what is production? Production can be defined as the creation of what? Creation of what? Utility. And you know that utility, that is what? Satisfaction that the human being derive from taking or consuming a commodity. And that commodity is the production that involves the producing of goods and services to the what? To the final consumer. Which the final consumer, they are the what? They are the final users of that good and services. What are the various goods that we can get from productions? We have electronics, that is TV set, radios. We have houses that we are living. We have books, car, clothes, mobile phones, and the rest. And yeah, we have two types of goods from production that we can produce. That is consumable goods and producer good. Consumable good is subdivided into two. That is durability good and non-durable goods. A durable good is a good type of good that can serve human being long time or long-lasting good. While the non-durable good is the one that serves human being immediately. That means immediate need of the consumer. Now, example of that durable goods, they are radio, television, car, cooking pot, and spoon. Why the example of what non-durable goods are meat, egg, bread, pepper, milk, garri, the one that you can eat immediately. Now, from there, we now move to type of productions. We have two types of production. We have direct production and indirect production. What is direct production? Direct production is the producing of goods and services that serve the immediate need of the family or for family consumption. And we have indirect. The indirect production, this is the production which goods and services are produced in large scale, mainly for sale, or that the one that involve the exchange of goods and services. That is where we have larger production. That's where we have industry. That is where we have investment. That is where we have business organization. And that is where we have international trade. And from there, that is where we can expand by giving on the stages of production under indirect production. What are the stages of production? We have primary production, we have secondary production, and we have tertiary production. Primary production, this is the extraction of raw materials from the land, from the sea, and that is raw material from the land and the sea, and it is it is by nature, and it involves the gift of the free gift of nature. Example of what we can extract. We can from the land, we can extract agricultural goods, we can rear animals, water, including agriculture, mining, fishing, and lumbering. The secondary production, the one that we have already extracted, will now be taken to the industry. We now transform it into finished good. An example of the finished good is a processed food like garri, rice, house, road, car, electronics, and the clothes we wear. Then tertiary production. This concerns with a commercial services or direct services that involve, and those services, they can it can involve they can be a professional services to the people, e.g., soldier, policemen, doctors, lawyer, musician, hairdresser, and teacher. Now, from there, we now move to factors that determine the volume of production. What are the things that you can put in place to facilitate production? One, you must consider the amount of capital that you must involve. That is the money and the physical wealth that you can use in producing goods and services. How viable you can get them. 2, available of raw material. What type of raw material you are going to use? Is it the one that is viable? Is it the one that is moved closer to the human being or nearness to people? Management. What type of management you are going to involve in that what? Production. 3, 4, the market size. Is it a small market or a big market? Efficiency of other factors of production. What other factors of production can involve, like labor, land, and other what? Equipment. Then level of technology. What type of technology are we using? Are we using capital-intensive technology or labor-intensive technology? And considering that, we also what? Involve the use of ICT, modern technology, yes, and electricity. Then nature of the good. What type of good you are going to produce? From there, with that one, we determine the factor of what? The factors of what? Production. Thank you. From now, we have to pause now. When we come back, you continue. All right. Welcome back. Please, we have to continue from where we stopped now, and that is what? Factors of production. The factors of production involve land, capital, labor, and intrapreneur. What is land? Land refers to the nature, resources, or free gift of nature. That is what we are using for production, such as mineral deposits, farmland, water body, and the reward for land is what? Rent. Land also has its following characteristics. 1, the quality of land varies from one place to another. That means we cannot compare the quality of land here in VI or Lekki to Ikorodu. The cost of land will be high, while the Ikorodu can still be what? Avoidable. Land is free gift of nature. It is what? Free. It is what? Permanent what? In supply. That means it is permanently fixed. Land is geographically more immobile. You cannot move land from one place to another. Land is subject to law of diminishing return. The more you are using the land will continue to diminish. Now, what are the contributions of land to the development in Nigeria? Land is used for wildlife conservation and tourism. Land is the source of fishing. Land is used for crop production, and hence it's a source of food for transportation. Land is used in construction of industry and factory structure. Land is used for animal rearing. Then we move to labor. What is labor? This is the human effort and mental used in production. It is usually accompanied by some form of what? Reward. And that reward is what? Wages and salary. Because that is the household, the human factor that they are using in production. Characteristics of land. Characteristics of labor. Labor is mobile, both graphically and occupationally. You can move from one job to another. You can move from one place to another. We are flexible. We are not rigid. Labor is perishable knowledge. But the more you are working, and the more you are growing up, your knowledge and your on this thing will be reduced. Your knowledge and mental will be reduced. Labor control and combine all factors of production. Yes, labor is the one that controls land. Labor is the one that controls capital. And labor itself, they are intrapreneur. That means the initiator and the idea of what? Of the business. The quality of labor can change by factors such as personal qualities, training, and environment. The more you go to school, the more you acquire skill, the more your confidential level will be high, and the more you can control all technical aspect of production. What are the importance of labor? It control and combine other factors of production. It provides both the mental physical necessary to carry out production activities. It helps to operate machine and plant. It helps in production of goods and services, and it also requires skill or personnel needed during the provide of production. Then the next one is intrapreneur. Who is an intrapreneur? Intrapreneur is the initiator of the idea, the one that coordinates other factors of production, the one that invent that technology that we see today. This is the factor of production that coordinates and organizes labor, factor of production. It decides what to produce how much to produce, and also bear the risk in also. He also take decision and is one that control factors of what? Production. Factors that determine the size of a film, the market available, capital available, entrepreneurial ability, technical nature of product and services, level of technology, government policy, stage and development of what? Of a firm. With these, all other factors of production will be what? Will be technically what? Involved. And they can carry out production. And that when the production gets to the people will so see the quality of the product and they can demand for that product. And the consumer will always appreciate when you combine all other factors of production in order to get everything ready. Without the production today, the foundation of technology and everything that we have in this country can never be maintained. Even the investment can never be what? Maintained, and we cannot see investor. Today we have multinational company, today we have international trade, everywhere is being controlled. If there is no production and other factors of production, we cannot get this thing clear. We now